Go stand in front of a mirror right now. Tilt your chin up slightly and look at the underside of your jaw. The skin running from the bottom of your chin all the way down to your collarbone. What do you see? If you have been past 60 for any length of time, you already know the answer. A sagging drape of skin where a sharp, clean jawline used to be. Some people call it a turkey neck. Some call it a waddle. Most people quietly start buttoning their collar higher, swap out the scarves they genuinely love for ones they tolerate, and begin stepping out of photographs before the shutter clicks. Some stop appearing in photos altogether. You have probably already tried something. A $90 tightening cream, a jade roller, a gua shi stone, or maybe you pulled up the cost of a neck lift somewhere between $5,000 and $15,000, stared at the number, and closed the browser because that is not cash sitting in a drawer waiting to be spent. Here is what no one has actually told you. Every single one of those approaches is aimed at the wrong layer of your neck. The skin you are staring at in the mirror is not the problem. The skin is the curtain. The problem is the rod the curtain hangs from, and that rod has gone slack. Once you understand which rod it is, and you spend 30 seconds a day tightening it back up, the curtain lifts on its own. No surgery, no laser treatments, no jar of cream with a gold lid. Subscribe to this channel and help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Every single person who subscribes means one more older adult gets access to information their own doctor never had time to cover in a 12-minute appointment. Now, 3 things people try and why each one falls short. First, creams. Look at the ingredient panel on any neck-firming product. Retinol, peptides, hyaluronic acid. These are legitimate skincare actives, and they genuinely do something at the level of the epidermis. The epidermis is the outermost skin layer, roughly as thin as a single sheet of printer paper. A turkey neck is not an epidermis problem. The looseness you are seeing originates from structures sitting nearly half an inch beneath the surface. A cream cannot reach them physically. Spending $90 a jar to treat the wrong layer is like waxing a car with a completely flat tire. Second, weight loss. A lot of people assume the sagging skin under the chin is fat. Some of it is. But many people who drop 30 pounds discover their neck looks noticeably worse afterward, not better, because the underlying muscle never tightened up. What happened is that the cushion between skin and muscle disappeared. Now there is more curtain and less structure holding it up. Third, surgery. A neck lift physically removes excess skin and tightens what remains. It is effective. It also runs into the thousands of dollars, requires general anesthesia, 2 weeks of recovery, and carries surgical risks that increase meaningfully past age 60. For most people, surgery is not the right first move. It is what you consider after you have genuinely exhausted what your own body can do. And almost nobody has actually reached that point. Before the exercise, here are the warning signs that mean you stop watching right now and contact a doctor this week. A lump in your neck that has appeared within the last 6 months, especially one that stays fixed when you swallow. Sudden asymmetric swelling on a single side. Hoarseness that has lasted more than 3 weeks. Difficulty swallowing food or tablets. Unexplained weight loss paired with changes in your neck. Any one of those warrants a same-week medical appointment, not a YouTube exercise. What follows addresses age-related muscle and structural change. It does not treat thyroid conditions, lymphoma, or head and neck cancer. If any item on that list applies to you, close this video and make the call. For everyone else, here is what is actually happening beneath the skin of your neck. 3 structures determine whether your jawline looks defined or collapsed. Most people have never heard of 2 of them. First, the platysma. The platysma is a thin, broad sheet of muscle that runs from your collarbone up across the entire front of your neck and attaches underneath your jaw. Picture a single sheet of fabric pulled taut from your chest to your chin. That is your platysma. When it is conditioned, it holds the skin of your neck firm against the structures beneath it. When it weakens, it sags forward and pulls the skin down with it. Here is the key fact. The platysma does not get used in normal daily life. Talking, eating, walking, turning your head, none of it engages this muscle. It is a facial expression muscle, activated mainly when you grimace hard or yank your lower lip downward with force. Most adults go entire decades without deliberately contracting it even once. A muscle that is never used atrophies. It thins. It loosens. After 50, the platysma loses thickness faster than nearly any other muscle in the body, for the simple reason that nothing in modern life asks it to do anything. Second, the hyoid bone. The hyoid is a small horseshoe-shaped bone sitting in the front of your neck, just above your Adam's apple. Unlike every other bone in the human body, the hyoid does not connect to any other bone. It is suspended entirely by muscles and ligaments, like a hammock held up by ropes. Those ropes are the suprahyoid and infrahyoid muscle groups. As those muscles weaken with age, the hyoid drops lower in the neck. When it drops, the angle between your chin and your throat, the angle that creates a sharp, defined jawline, collapses inward. A youthful neck holds that angle at roughly 105 to 115 degrees. A neck that has lost hyoid suspension opens to 130 or 140 degrees. Skin that once wrapped tightly over a sharp corner now drapes loosely over a gentle slope. That is the curtain effect you see in the mirror. Third, forward head posture. Notice how you are positioned right now, reading on a phone, watching a screen. Your head is almost certainly sitting 1 to 3 inches ahead of your shoulders. For every inch your head drifts forward of your spine, the muscles at the back of your neck work harder to support it, and the muscles at the front, including the platysma and the suprahyoid group, go completely slack. Maintain that posture for 8 hours a day over 20 years, and the front of your neck has essentially been switched off. 3 structures: the platysma sheet, the hyoid hammock, postural alignment. When all 3 weaken together, the visible result is what people call a turkey neck. Address all 3 simultaneously, and the most efficient way to do exactly that turns out to be a single 30-second exercise, and the visible result begins reversing. Picture a woman 64 years old. Call her Margaret. She described this exact problem to a friend of hers. She had retired the previous year, started seeing photos of herself at family events, and decided she could not look at one more picture where her own jawline was unrecognizable to her. Over 18 months, by her own count, she had spent close to $4,000 on creams, derma rollers, microcurrent devices, and one consultation with a plastic surgeon who quoted her $11,000 for a lower face and neck lift. She had not done a single minute of work on the muscle sitting beneath the skin she was desperately trying to lift. When the mechanism was explained to her, platysma, hyoid, posture, she said something that is worth repeating exactly. She said, "In 64 years, nobody has ever told me there was a muscle there. I assumed my neck was just skin and a windpipe." Most people assume the same thing. The platysma is invisible from the outside. It does not appear in workout videos. It is not addressed in yoga classes. It is absent from everyone's daily routine. And it is collapsing in nearly every person past 50. Here is the exercise. Read the description fully before you attempt it. Technique matters more than duration here. Sit upright in a chair, back straight, feet flat on the floor. Roll your shoulders back and down. That single adjustment begins correcting forward head posture before you even start. The exercise will not deliver results if your shoulders are rounded forward. Step 1. Press the flat of your tongue firmly against the roof of your mouth. The entire tongue, not just the tip. Push it upward against your hard palate as if you were trying to press a piece of bread flat against the ceiling of your mouth. Hold that pressure continuously throughout the entire exercise. This action alone engages the suprahyoid muscle group, the ropes supporting the hyoid hammock. Step 2. With your tongue pressed firmly upward, slowly tilt your head back. Look up toward the ceiling. Go as far as you comfortably can without any strain. You will feel the skin under your jaw stretching as your chin rises. Step 3. With your head tilted back and your tongue still firmly pressed up, push your lower jaw forward. Slide it out as if you are trying to bring your bottom teeth level with your upper lip. You will feel a strong pulling sensation running the full length of the front of your neck, from the collarbone up to the jaw. That sensation is your platysma activating, quite possibly for the first time in years. Hold that position for 10 seconds. Tongue pressed up, head tilted back, lower jaw pushed forward, front of neck pulling tight. Then slowly release. Bring your head back to neutral and let your tongue drop. Repeat the complete sequence 3 times. Total time, including brief rest between rounds, is approximately 30 seconds. Do this once in the morning, once in the evening, 2 minutes a day. That is the full commitment. A common reaction is, 30 seconds cannot possibly be enough. Here's the direct answer to that. The platysma is not a large muscle. It does not need extended workouts. It needs activation. Most muscles in your body respond to load and repetition accumulated over time. The platysma, because it has been entirely dormant for so long, responds to almost any deliberate contraction at all. In the first 2 weeks, you may see nothing change in the mirror. Beneath the surface, however, neural pathways are reactivating. Your brain is reestablishing communication with a structure it had effectively forgotten. By week 4, the thinned muscle fibers begin thickening again. By weeks 6 to 8, the platysma is generating enough resting tension to begin lifting the overlying skin. By weeks 10 to 12, the visible change is what most people would describe as significant. This is the same biological principle that allows someone to rebuild leg strength after weeks of bed rest in a hospital. The muscle fibers are still present. The connections simply need to be re-established. Reactivation is always faster than building from zero. The reason 30 seconds works and a 5-minute routine does not is straightforward. The platysma fatigues rapidly. After about 12 to 15 seconds of strong contraction, it stops generating useful tension. 3 rounds of 10 seconds with brief recovery between them produces maximum useful contraction without overstressing a small, thin muscle. More is not better. More is just more. The exercise is the core. 3 small additions accelerate the result. Morning. After the 30-second sequence, spend another 30 seconds on a chin tuck. Sit upright. Place 2 fingers against your chin. Use them to gently push your chin straight backward, not downward backward, as if you were deliberately creating a double chin. Hold 5 seconds, release, and repeat 5 times. This engages the deep cervical flexors, the muscles that position your head over your shoulders rather than in front of them. It directly counters forward head posture. Daytime. Once per hour, wherever you happen to be, perform a single platysma contraction. No full sequence required. Simply press your tongue to the roof of your mouth, lift your chin slightly, and pull the corners of your mouth firmly downward for 5 seconds. Nobody nearby will notice. The muscle will remember. Evening. Sleep on your back where possible. Side sleeping compresses the front of the neck on whichever side you lie on for hours at a stretch. Over decades, that contributes unevenly to the structural collapse. A flat to medium pillow that keeps your neck aligned with your spine, rather than a thick pillow that pushes your chin toward your chest, preserves the work you are doing during the day. 2 additional factors worsen a turkey neck independently of muscle work. Dehydration. The skin of the neck is among the thinnest on your entire body. Even mild dehydration causes that skin to lose plumpness, making the underlying looseness more pronounced. Most adults past 60 are chronically mildly dehydrated because the sensation of thirst weakens with age. Aim for roughly 60 ounces of water spread across the day. Not consumed all at once. Looking down at a phone. Every minute spent with your chin angled toward your chest is a minute the skin under your jaw is folded against itself. Hold a sheet of paper folded in half for 10 years and the crease becomes permanent. The same physics applies to the neck. Hold your phone at eye level. Raise your laptop screen. Read with your head upright, not bowed. 8 weeks after Margaret started, the side profile photograph she shared showed a measurable improvement in her cervicamental angle, the angle between her chin and her throat. The skin had not vanished. It had drawn back against the underlying muscle, which had finally begun doing its job again. She did not achieve the outcome an $11,000 surgery would have produced. She achieved the outcome her own body was capable of producing, at no cost. 12 months in, she performs the exercise once daily rather than twice. The maintenance requirement is minimal. Here is precisely what to do within the next 12 hours. 1. Stand in front of the mirror, tilt your chin upward, and take a side profile photo on your phone. Save it. That is your before. 2. Perform the 30-second sequence once tonight. Tongue to the roof of your mouth, head tilted back, lower jaw pushed forward. Hold 10 seconds. 3 rounds. 3. Tomorrow morning, repeat it. Add the chin tuck. 5 repetitions of 5 seconds each. 4. Set an hourly reminder on your phone for a single 5-second platysma contraction throughout the day. 5. Take another side profile photo at day 30, day 60, and day 90. The change will be subtle at 30, visible at 60, and unmistakable at 90. Before you leave, 2 things. And please take 10 seconds to answer both in the comments. How old are you? The protocol you just heard is calibrated for adults over 60, but it produces strong results well into the 70s and 80s, and many people in their 50s use it preventatively before the collapse begins. Drop your age in the comments. The number of people in each age group directly determines what gets covered in upcoming videos. And where are you watching from? City, country, time of day. Every comment with a location gets read. Someone watching at 3 in the morning in a cold climate has different concerns from someone watching at 9 in the morning somewhere warm, and that information shapes the videos that come next. Write your age and your location below. And if this 30-second exercise reaches one person who has stopped wearing scarves she genuinely loves, stopped walking into family photos, or stopped glancing at his own reflection in shop windows, please send them the link. The 30 seconds is free. The result is biological, and not a single person is going to walk you through any of this at a standard doctor's appointment, because there is no billing code for introducing someone to a muscle they never knew they had. Meet Dr. Lenora,